Ooh, we had a disturbing dream. What's going on, everyone? It is JakeNificent from JakeNificent Gaming, and today we are coming back with another episode of our Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind walkthrough. I took a couple of days off because it's been kind of a busy month. So our goal for today, like I talked about last video, is going to be power leveling. So we want to level up our restoration ability and a few other abilities because as we progress through the main quest, you guys might have noticed that I was starting to struggle a little bit. So the goal for today is to start power leveling and do some power leveling strategy to get our magic skills leveled up. So I'm going to show you guys a few things about that. So for today, we're going to be focusing on leveling up our willpower, our endurance, and our speed. So we need to buy a few spells. So we're here in the Ald-Ruhn Mages Guild, and this guy right in front of me here is going to give us some spells. So we don't only want restoration spells. This is a good time to load up on any spell. And this guy's got a few that I rather think will be useful. So Invisibility's one will be useful for leveling our illusion. The Unduzi's Open Door is a great alteration spell in general. Detect Creature is great. Slow Fall is a self-spell for alteration. That one's a higher leveled spell. We could use that one, but I'm going to skip that one for now. Paralysis will be good for enchanting later down the line. Reflect is a good enchanting spell. Sanctuary is a good one for leveling. And Telekinesis is useful in general because it increases how far you can reach. So I like the spell a lot. We're definitely going to pick that up. And Night Eye is another good one for dark areas. So we got a few spells from him, but we're still looking for a healing spell because we don't have any of those at the moment. So we need to try to find some people in here who've got some spells they can hook us up with. Ooh, these are some good ones for conjuration for sure. I'll pick all those up. The barrier spells are great as well, not only for combat, but they're good for leveling. But I think we're gonna hold off on that one. Levitate. Oh, Levitate's a beautiful spell, but that's a lot of money, and we don't have that kind of money on us right now. I definitely also want to pick up Armor Eater and Weapon Eater. Those are good for leveling up our destruction. Pick up a fire spell too, so we have something. So if we look in here, oh yeah, our agility's dropped down too. If you look at the spells, you'll notice that we have a decent number now. There's also the option, if you click on a spell, there's a way to forget them if your spell library becomes too large, but off the top of my head, I can't remember how that works. But that is something to note. We do have one restoration spell, the Cure Poison on Self, but I really want to get a healing spell, because I think that'll be more useful to us in the long run. So let's see what other spells they have in here. The Mages Guild is usually the place I like to go to for spells, for obvious reasons. And Ald-Ruhn is just one that it's a large Mages Guild. There's a lot of people here. There's some good spells here. So I typically come here first. I typically come here first on my spell hunting trips. What's sad at this point in time is we don't have a lot of money. So it's going to be hard to pick up a lot of good spells when we don't have a whole bunch of money.
My time is precious, so
this gal's an enchanter? No, she's nothing.
What assistance do you need?
We don't want to join the Mages Guild yet. We want to hold off on that for now. I could have sworn there are more people here that sold spells. Ooh, an enchanter. The other option, a lot of times, if you can't find the spell you're looking for in the Mages Guild, you can go to the temple. Because the temple, the guys in the Imperial Temples tend to have a different blend of spells than the guys in the Mages Guild do. So we want to, if we can't find what we're looking for here, we're going to go to a temple. And I like Balmora a lot as well, just because the layout is easy. It's easy to understand. So we're going to take a look for spells here too. Reflect, Bonewalker. Resist common disease. Resist fire. No, nothing there that we need. And there is an Imperial Temple in Balmora, so we'll go there if we can't find what we're looking for here. And as you go through this game, you may notice that sometimes you'll see spells in a spell purchasing menu that you may already own. So to avoid buying multiple of the same spell, oh, we do have a healing spell. Oh wow, I've been spending all this time just being silly. On that topic, a lot of times you might have spells that you don't know you have. So before you buy spells, I always recommend checking in your spell log to see what you have. Because I almost bought another feather spell, and here we go, we already have one, so there's no need to buy a new one. Well, that's embarrassing. So, with that knowledge now, we will go back to Ald-Ruhn, because I think Ald-Ruhn will be the place where we're going to be able to train the easiest. There's a lot of enemies just outside this this town. So one of the options you have in this game that you don't really have in later Elder Scrolls games is that any spell you cast and fail still gives you experience towards your skill level. So for instance, if we look at our restoration ability, it's at 0. If I cast and fail this spell, it should have gone up just a little bit. It didn't though. Oh, that's interesting. Did they patch this in this version of the game? Because it used to be that you could fail a spell and it would give you credit toward that spell even if you failed to cast it. Now, that was also on the original Xbox version of the game, so maybe I'm actually missing something here. Oh, they must have patched that. Oh boy. Oh boy, that's going to make this a lot harder. Oh my. Okay. Well, that's... Yeah, they patched that. Oh no. Oh, there goes my entire power leveling strategy, because you can run around and just fail to cast a spell, and it's just going to give you levels in the old version of the game. Oh, that is horrible. That is truly horrible. Alright, in that case, we are going to go with option number 2. So we need to find somebody who can make spells for us, because we are going to do a little bit of quote-unquote gaming the system. So you want to pick a ability that you can cast, and I typically like to do one, kind of like this, where it's going to be a really low level, super cheap to make. You have a pretty good spell chance, and because our ability is so low, we need to have a really easy spell to cast. So low magnitude on everything. So we're going to call this one Resto Trainer. Now the other thing you can do that I enjoy, because of the fact the spell log is alphabetized, if you put the letter A in front of any training spell you make, it'll then be at the top of your spell log. You can also do it, unless they patch this in this version of the game as well, the number 1 should put everything right at the top. So we're going to have 1 Resto Trainer. We're going to make one for fire as well. Now, the cool thing about this game is that you can have negative effects on yourself. So, to make this a little easier, I think... No, that didn't work. Be watching that spell chance icon there. Let's see how much this changes if we bump this up a little bit. Huh, okay. It didn't change very much, but we still want it to be something cheap to cast too, so the point cost is something we want to have very low. So we're going to do this as well. Destro Trainer. And the reason why we have this damaging ourselves is so we can run around and cast it on ourselves and not worry about hurting other people. Because one of the ways you can do this in this game while you're running out trying to find gear, or while you're trying to find maybe quests, you can be casting these spells on yourself all the time. And in fact, that's a way that I level my abilities throughout all of the Elder Scrolls games. Anything I can self-cast, I'll be casting while I'm out running around. It's a lot like how I've been training acrobatics in this walkthrough. So we're going to have a Destro Trainer. And I think we will also want something to train Alteration. Did I buy Fenric's Door Jam? That's a really very good spell that you can buy from one of the blades. Doesn't look like I bought it. It's a spell. It's an alteration spell that locks a door. It's a lock level of 10, very easy to cast. That's another one you can just cast while you're running around. But it doesn't look like I own that one. Lock picking and opening locks can be a crime, so it's very unadvisable to run around casting something like Undoozy's Open Door, because you might unlock something you're not supposed to unlock, and then you're going to get hit with a crime. Alright, well, now that we know that that's how all that works, we'll start again with Resto Trainer. And because we have this set as a cost of 1, we can cast this a whole bunch of times and not have to worry about running out of magic either, which is great. So we'll just run around, we'll cast this. I'm going to take us looking for some combat, because we need to level up our speed skill, which we're going to do with our blade.
I'm listening.
So there we got 1 successful cast. So yeah, it's only counting the successful casts now. That makes me so upset. I used to love that little bug. But you'll notice too that our health has been full, and we just healed ourselves, but it still gave us credit towards that point. Now, in Skyrim and Oblivion, in order to level up your restoration abilities, you need to have taken damage. You actually have to have a healing effect on yourself to be able to use this type of hack. So one of the ways you can do that in the other games is by casting, like a shield spell or something like that, right? In Skyrim, you have to be taking damage while casting shield in order for that to level up. But I think in Oblivion, you can get away with that. Let's see if we can get these guys to come at us one at a time. That'll be the best way to do it. There's leveling short blade. Beautiful. Now, because it had been so long since I started, since I came back to this, because the last month has been so busy, I don't remember what all of the distribution of skills we had, and especially because I stopped tracking it recently too in our walkthrough videos, I can't really go back and look. Somehow I lost the paper I was keeping track of everything on. So we're going to be doing some over-leveling this time, because I just don't know where we are, but that's going to be what's happening. So once we can get our restoration ability leveled up sufficiently, one of the other things I very much like to do to level up quickly, and this is going to be a hack for some of you guys that are higher level and have higher level skills, you can engage a opponent, and then if you've made a spell that you can use to heal your opponent, you can attack your opponent with a blade or something, and then heal them with your ability, and then attack them again, and so on and so forth, allowing you to essentially have an immortal enemy that you can level up a weapon ability on. You'll level up your armor ability when you're taking damage. You can heal yourself and your opponent because you have the ability to do so, and that's another way to level up your abilities, which we're not there yet by any means, but it is a good way to go. So as we continue power leveling, we're going to need progressively harder spells to cast in order to level up quickly. So if you look at the spell chance for the Resto Trainer we made, it's a 33% chance. And part of that's influenced by our low fatigue, so if we rest, the chance will go up. But in order to get more experience, if you look at Mother's Kiss, it's a 30% chance to cast because it's a harder spell, but that also means it'll give us more credit towards our next level. So as we progress through this power leveling strategy, we're going to need progressively more difficult spells in order to level up the same way. And I am over encumbered, so we need to come up with a way to drop some weight here. And then I think we should go back to town and sell a little bit. So we're going to eat some of these ingredients we got. And then we will run on back to town here. So we're going to sell some stuff here in town. We're going to try to keep a lot of it for selling to Creeper, because I think we have a decent amount to sell to him. I want to find an armorer so that we can heal, or so we can repair our gear. And I think this person right here is one such person.
Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away.
So we might also... See, I could have sworn we bought some bone mold equipment to wear on our wrists, but maybe I accidentally sold it after it broke. I could see that being a thing. So we'll repair everything so that we have a good baseline. Except for the Sword of White Woe, because that's always expensive to repair, and we're still chronically low on cash. One other thing to note about this game... Oh, we're out of magic. I'll deal with that in a second. One other thing to note about this game, with covered helmets like this one, I'm gonna show you guys something. If you notice, her disposition is 45, but if we put on the covered helmet... Oh, they patched it! Oh my god, wow, this is... It used to be with this game, if you were wearing a covered helmet, one that covered your face, the people in town would not react to you well. They would actually lose about 5 points of disposition towards you because the vampires that exist in game tend to wear covered helmets to disguise their faces, so that other people can't tell that they're vampires. So people used to be suspicious of you if you were wearing a helmet that covered your face. So it turns out they've done a lot more patching of this game than I realized. This has been a wild ride, you guys. Most of the times I've played this game, I played it on the original Xbox, and playing it on the PC has been a different... Ooh, we had a disturbing dream. Can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led us among the dead as through a wedding celebration. We heard many voices, but no lips moved. You were strained to breathe, but our chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath your tongue fluttered in vain. Ooh, creepy. That's part of the main quest, you know, the sleepers and the dreamers and all the rest that we kind of run into. I mean, this is kind of... Oh? Another one. Tall figure with a golden mask greeted us, saying, "There are many rooms in the house of the master. Be easy, for from the hands of our enemies I have delivered us." It seemed that we had died, and you could see yourself laid on a table lit by candles, but with your own hands you touched the figure, and the figure drew breath, opened eyes, and rose from the table. Then the room was gone, and the world was filled with light, and we awoke. This is part of the main quest. As you progress through the main quest, when you sleep, you will see visions, and we're just trying to sleep to recover our magicka, so hopefully we don't... Oh, wow. I'm just going to let you guys read these. I'm going to stop reading them out loud. Looks like there might be a lot of them. What's our journal saying about this? Interesting. Another one. Wow. There we go, finally. Oh man. I imagine it's because we haven't slept in a bed in so long that all those just kind of came at once. Alright, so what I'm going to do here, because this is going to take a while, we need to get a couple levels into intelligence. I think I'm going to change up our plan here. Instead of leveling up speed, let's level up our intelligence. So because we have 2 points into our next level already, we're going to need 2 levels of destruction. Because I think destruction is governed by... Oh no, destruction is governed by willpower. Never mind. So 2 levels into alchemy then, perhaps? To level up intelligence, so that we can then level up conjuration 8 times. That'll give us our level and our 10 for intelligence, and we'll get all the willpower from restoration. So I think that's probably what we're going to do. So to level up alchemy, we do have a number of alchemy ingredients, and we can go experiment with the master set we found in Caldera. Now, that's been a few episodes ago where we found that I think actually it was a Grand Master set of alchemy equipment in the Caldera Mages Guild. So we're gonna, whoops, don't need to use the Silt Strider, we're gonna use the Mages Guild Transportation Network. So we're gonna head on over there and do that. I think that'll be a better way to go. We'll still level up endurance, but we're gonna go about it this way, I think. Alright, so, oh yeah, Master Set. So what we're gonna do, we're going to be instantaneously over-encumbered when we pick all this stuff up. So we're going to grab everything that's here. Like so. And then to do alchemy, you come into your menu here and equip it. And if you equip any piece of the alchemy set, it should equip all the rest. And this is the potion creation menu, so you get to name your potion once you add your ingredients to it, and because we don't know what we're doing because we're low level, we're just going to do it this way. Now, it used to be in ye olden days, failing to make a potion would also give you experience, but given what we've seen with the spells, I don't know if that's going to be the case. So we're going to have to see. Oh yeah, we have to name the potion too. I think that's only if you don't know what the effects are going to be. You have to name it. So because there's a good chance we're going to fail to name or fail to make this potion, we don't know what it's going to do. We're just going to call it A. And potion failed. So we're just going to cycle through our ingredients here. Let's see if that gave us any experience. It did! So you can fail to make a potion and you'll get experience, but you can't fail to cast a spell to get experience. This is wild. Alright, let's actually double check that. Oh no. Okay, apparently I was wrong. So it looks like it's the same thing as the spells. You can't fail to cast. You can't fail to make a potion to get experience. Then how did we get the 22 towards 100 then? Was that by eating the ingredients? Let's see if we get experience for eating that ingredient. Nope, what about eating this ingredient? Okay, so if you eat an ingredient that you've never eaten before, you'll get some experience towards your alchemy level. You can't fail to make a potion, but if you eat an ingredient you've never eaten before, you'll get a little experience. So in that case, we're going to eat one of everything that we have in our inventory right now to see how much experience we can get off of that. We've eaten bread before. Now in some of the Elder Scrolls games, this will give you a... it'll give you the first effect of the food, the first effect of the ingredient, but apparently in this one, that isn't always the case. apparently in this one that isn't the case. And it could just be that we need to level up our alchemy ability in order to be able to pull that off. And on the Morrowind wiki, there is information about what each of these does, but I'm not going to look that up because part of the fun is learning everything, right? At least for me. I do enjoy that when I start an RPG. I'm going through and just playing a game I haven't played in a while. It's kind of like rediscovery. Alright, so that boosted us up to 50 of 100. So, let's keep cycling through our ingredients here. Drain endurance. So this one looks like it does have an effect, but it failed. And failed. So as you can see, I'm just cycling through all the different ingredients. So this might take a minute. Trying to hit every combination possible here, as much as I can. So I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Oh, restore fatigue. Oh, we got a restore fatigue potion. Beautiful. So it actually appears like this one, in some ways, that whatever update they made for this game, it seems like now it will actually try to, even if you don't know what the effect is going to be, it seems like it's going to tell you what the possible effect is based on autofilling the name field, which it never used to do that. So that's another one of those things where I think the game, they changed something in an update, I think. Now, I don't know how consistent that is, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these should be creating like a restore fatigue effect. There we go. Because in general, if you combine items that are food, it'll give you a restore fatigue potion, like we're seeing here with scrib jerky and salt rice. So that's one little hack that might help you guys when you're trying to level up your ability. If you have something that's considered food, a lot of times it will just be a restore fatigue potion. Another thing you can do is you can fill multiple fields to try to get through ingredients more quickly, or to try different combinations of things. Because then, even if 2 ingredients are going to give you a potion, then you'll know somewhere in that field there's a potion to be made, right? So I'm going to try this one and see what happens. Nothing. Alright. Okay, so we made it through a number of our ingredients, actually, and we got a couple of potions out of it. So, cure blight disease, we got a couple restore fatigue potions, and the quality of, oh, looks like we got damaged by something. What happened there? Shulk resin, drain fatigue, drain attribute, shulk resin, brew brush, and spore pod. So the quality of the set that you use to make your potions impacts how significant the effects are, as well as how heavy the potion is. Like, there's a couple of our potions we've made here that are weightless. The quality of our alchemy set was so high that we have very low weight potions. Like, we made this one as well. Detect enchantment is a 0.1 weight. So you'll notice here, like this one that we picked up in a dungeon, it has a weight of 1 pound, but you know, the stuff we made is a lot lighter weight. It's actually worth more money too. So one of the ways you can make money fast in Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim is through potion making. You can make an insane amount of money very quickly if you're making potions and you're good at it. So we're going to leave our master set here. We've dropped it on the floor, and no one else is going to pick it up. We're going to head down here. We're going to try to find someone who can give us one more level in alchemy, because we need... Oh, we're so close. We just need one more level. Ooh, recall. We need that spell. That's a very good spell to have. I don't think we have Mark yet, do we? Nope, doesn't look like it. Mark and recall used together are excellent because Mark allows you to put a mark down on a specific GPS coordinate on your map, and then recall takes you to that point. So I've used that a number of different times for being able to get to Creeper or to another merchant, because there is one more merchant that I'm going to show you guys a little bit later that is much better than Creeper in terms of total dollar value and just the broad spectrum of what he'll buy. Now, for those of you guys that are not worried about trying to get through the main quest quickly or, you know, progress through the game in a certain period of time like I am, because this is a walkthrough, so I'm marching through this a little faster than I usually do. You don't have to buy ingredients. In fact, I'd probably recommend not buying ingredients because it's typically a lot of money to do that, and I'm doing it just to help you guys out, right? Like if I was playing this through for real and not doing a walkthrough, I wouldn't be buying ingredients or doing a couple of the other things I do. So if you guys are playing this just for fun, then I would recommend foraging your ingredients as you go along questing and just not worrying too much about it. Ah, skooma and moon sugar.
Probably wash up before heading home.
All right, skooma. All right. So the reason why I came to this guy, I said apothecary earlier, but now I can't remember where he's at. If you buy, like I was saying during the brief tutorial I was giving about the alchemy crafting interface, if you pick up some food, you can make restore fatigue potions off of that food. So salt rice, scrib jerky, ash yam should be restore fatigue, crab meat is, quam eggs should also be, rat meat is not, and scuttle is not. But I think hackle lowleaf and marshmallow are. And if you notice, that's a pretty hefty price tag for what we're looking for, but I'm going to try to talk him down a few points. Nope. Talk him up. It might have been where it was initially. So we're going to grab that stuff, and we're going to keep looking for an apothecary here, because I'm pretty sure there is one. In fact, what I'll do is I'll drop my moon sugar here. So I'm going to talk to a few people. Ooh, enchanted items. Ooh, enchanted rings. Beautiful. Alright, let's see what he's got. So, eggs, marshmallow. I think grave dust is something we haven't taken a bite out of before, so I'll buy one piece of that. Hound meat should be restore fatigue. Maybe taking a bite out of that, or that, or one of these. I don't remember green lichen either, so I'll buy some of that to chew on. Alright, talk him down a little bit. Offer that. Alright, so let's continue around the corner, because I thought I could have sworn it was an apothecary instead of a pawnbroker, but I guess I was wrong. So let's look in here. Kwama egg, salt rice, more kwama eggs. So the large kwama egg and the small kwama egg are technically two different ingredients, so those can be mixed together. Ooh, he's got a propylon index. I don't remember what these do, but I remember that they're useful. Talk him down a little bit. Ah, he doesn't want to be talked down. Sad. Alright. Alright, so I'll pick this back up. Head back to the Mage's Guild. Alright, so we're back in the Mages Guild. Gonna do a little bit more crafting here. So we're gonna take the ash yam and some crab meat. Ash yam doesn't do restore fatigue, I guess. Oh yeah, I wanted to eat some of those ingredients first. Sorry, hold up. Eat that one. Grave dust. Let's see, what was the other one? Red lichen. I don't know that we've eaten racer plume, so let's try eating that. Stoneflower petals, scamp skin. We've eaten kwama eggs. I don't know that we've eaten hackle lowleaf, so we'll try that one as well. We also need to find something to restore our agility, because our agility has been so badly damaged by something. Slowed soap. Can't remember if we ate willow anther before or not. And we are close to another level, my friends, so let's push on and try to get that last alchemy level. So if you notice, the 2 kwama eggs together create a restore fatigue potion. So that didn't work, but we're going to try crab meat next. And hound meat after that. Okay, none of those worked, so we're going to try hackle lowleaf with ash yam. And now with moon sugar, marshmallow. Nothing. Okay. So how about hackle lowleaf with salt rice? So somewhere in here is a restore fatigue combination, and it looks like it's hackle lowleaf and salt rice, but if we have scrib jerky? No, there's something, marshmallow. You'll notice there's a second question mark there, so it's not just going to be restore fatigue. So we want to try to create this. And there's that next alchemy level we were looking for. Now I don't know what this particular potion does, because I think we're going to be too low level to fully appreciate it. But it's still going to be, it's probably going to be more valuable to sell. And at this point we're also trying to make some money. So we're going to go ahead and just make all of those. And let's take a look at our alchemy skill. We're at 25 out of 100. I'm worried about our weight, so we're going to keep trying to burn down some of these alchemy ingredients. Alright, well, I think this episode has gone on a really long time. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to end it here for you guys. If you ever failed to hit a mud crab while basically hugging it, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. And hopefully your hand-to-hand level is high enough that you won't miss the like and subscribe buttons like you did the mud crab. And thank you guys for watching. Next episode, we're going to keep going through our power leveling. We're going to try to get a few more levels before we go back into the main quest. And I think I'm going to try a little bit of questing along the side. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.